I was going to ask you if you were going to do that.
Yes, we are live recording now. So everybody that said they couldn't be on now, we're good. I actually remembered. I get high fives across the screen. Okay, well, I want to get started. If Courtney and Alyssa, you guys weren't on last time, so you didn't kind of get to hear my reasoning, but why I do things. I would like to start all of our team calls with a prayer, because for me, that's a big part of who I am. It's a big part of everything that I do, and a big reason why I'm here. So if I always say, and I will always say, if you don't want to participate, that's totally fine, but that's the way I'm going to start things, because that's how I always start my business days too. So you guys will pray with me if you're willing. That'd be awesome. Okay? All right. Father God, I thank you so much for each of the ladies that are on here right now. I thank you for all of our team that couldn't make it on tonight and they're busy doing other things. I just pray, God, for each of our separate businesses, whatever they are to each of us, wherever they are in their building process, that you would help us to be aligned in helping others. You would help us to be aligned in wanting to change lives for the better. And I just pray that in all that we do and all that we say, every bit of every mindless and tedious action and activity, that our hearts would be aligned all together just for serving others and being what you have made us to be. So we lift this meeting up to you and pray that you would bless it. In your name, amen.
Amen.
All right. So just quick announcements. I think every person on here right now is on a Team Cup team, yes?
Yes.
Jocelyn's good now, yeah. Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, you're really, really faint. Just speak up loud.
I don't think she found a fifth person. I don't know.
Cambria?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you send her a message or anything? Yeah? Okay. Well, she is a busy second mom right now. She just had her second little baby like a few months ago, so I think she might just be kind of busy with stuff, but we're saying goodnight. You guys want to say goodnight?
Good night.
Hi. Can I give you a hug? Yeah, you're sitting there. Can I give you a hug? No. Okay.
All right, Nora. And then we're gonna go upstairs, and if you don't give mommy a hug and kiss, you don't get to. Okay. You don't get to give mommy a hug and kiss. Oh, here, she needs help. Sorry, everybody.
I'm sorry, guys. That's good. The real glimpse into life for me. I love you.
Can you say hello to the people?
Say hi, people. Hi, people.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, you saw yourself, didn't you?
Nora, come on. Are you gonna help me put this
Love
to
you.
sleep?
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right, you guys.
Nora, come on.
See you later. Say hi. Bye. Okay, bye-bye. Oh. She's doing really good to get them to bed. That's good. Anyway, okay, so Jocelyn, she didn't ever get back to you, is what you're saying? Can you guys hear her? No? I don't know what's wrong. It's like you're really, really faint. Can you type it down at the bottom, what you're trying to say? What if you got off and got back on? See if that works. Okay. Oh, let's see. I think she needs one more person still. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure you guys will get somebody. There's tons of people that are trying to get on teams at this point. So and she's really good. Cambria is really good. She was a crazy solid diamond for a long time, and then she got kind of off track when she had her little one, and she's getting back into things now. So she will be a really good helper and leader for you. So I'm sure she'll get somebody else going. But I Alyssa, are you on Megan's team? Are you?
No, I have another team. I don't remember who's on it. I don't have my other notebook with me.
Okay, that's
So,
okay.
but I am
You're
on a
good to
team.
go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The thing that I recommend, I know for my team, I'm going to be making a feed for us specifically, and then I want to do this kind of meeting once a week where we're kind of checking in on our bats and that kind of thing, just to make sure that we're, showing up and doing what we need to do. And I know that some of you are like, I'm nervous about it. I don't want to let my team down, anything like that. The way I do it is it's just an awesome extra push. And I feel like when we are by ourselves behind our computer screen all the time doing this kind of stuff, it just seems like we're disconnected, and it's easy to get in a rut and get bored with it, or, that kind of thing. And so for me, every time there's a team cup and I can connect with a team of people, it's just really helpful for me, and it keeps me pumped up and inspired, and kind of helps hold me accountable, for the things that I know I need to be doing. So I hope that you guys will have a good, solid team that helps you in that way too. And then of course, good prizes. Get some good prizes with it. So, okay, that's pretty much the only announcement that I really have for this week. There's a few things that released for Beachbody On Demand this week, but it's not a huge thing. So moving on from that, tonight's call is Trina Dixon, one of our awesome emeralds on our team. She is a tremendously wonderful marketing guru. She has a wonderful team that she works at her full-time job, and she has been spending a lot of time on goal setting, and she read for PD, I think at work and for her business, Entre Leadership by Dave Ramsey. And Dave Ramsey is like the bomb. I absolutely love him. He has helped my family so much with financial planning and being really good at our budgeting, that kind of stuff. So anything that he says in my mind is like peak stuff. It's really, really good. And she has read that book and found that his goal setting process was really helpful for her. And I asked her to do a call for us. So what ended up happening was her marketing job last week said, hey, we're sending you to Nashville. And so she's actually on a plane right now. And what I had her do was pre-record a video for us, because I still wanted you guys to hear her expertise. Like she's awesome when it comes to goal setting. So what I'm going to do is, that's kind of what I said in the picture. Your homework is going to be, she has a 15-minute video that she made for us. And I want you guys to, after you get off the call, hopefully we'll get done about 15 minutes early, and then you can go watch that during the time you had set aside for this call, okay? And she has said that if we have any questions or we need any guidance in any way, that she is more than willing to answer them. She is, I know, extremely overwhelmed right now with her full-time job. And so it might take a day or so for her to get back to you. But if you have questions about what she talks about on there, we can talk about it on the event page. You can ask a question on there, or you can message her privately if you want to. So I know that my goal-setting process, I shared with you guys my goals last week. It really aligns with the same kind of process that she teaches with Dave Ramsey's teaching. So it should hopefully be helpful for you if you are struggling with taking all of this like awesome dreaming and visioning that's all floating around in your minds and nailing it down on a piece of paper. She'll be really good at helping you do that. Okay? So that was tonight's topic, and I'll put it up in the event page as soon as we're off this call, and you can just feel free to ask questions, talk about it in there. Okay? So then the main part of our call tonight, I just am letting you guys open it up for Q&A. So if you have any conversations you're needing help with, if you have any questions that you are too scared to ask on the big Lex Republic call, now is your time. You can do it here in a smaller setting, and myself or anybody else can try to answer questions. So did you guys bring anything that you are wanting to know or need some help with? Victoria? Are you waving?
Well, I muted when Kaya was crying. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. My brain stopped working. Let me find that.
You what?
I said my brain stopped working.
Oh. Okay, Jocelyn, can I put you on the spot?
What?
Can I put you on the spot? Would you mind sharing some of the conversations that you've had going on today? So maybe we can talk through them with everybody and just, I think it'd be good to hear those conversations aloud and maybe talk through, because I think the things that you've been struggling with are things that I struggled with when I first started, and that probably these guys are struggling with too. So would you mind doing that?
Can you hear me better if I have it like this?
Kind of, yes.
Well, I'm on my tablet, and the speaker is on the bottom when I connect it to the keyboard, which makes no sense.
Oh, okay. Well, I can hear you now better than I did earlier, so.
So you want me to just read it?
Yeah, I think that'd be helpful.
Well, okay. So with the message that I shared earlier on the page, and I didn't know how to respond, I kind of merged your advice with Victoria's advice, and I messaged her, "Hey girl, have you thought about this anymore? I wanted to be sure you saw my last message because I know how busy life is. I saw that you RSVP'd to my group, and I would love to get you started. Want to talk about it some more." She responds with, "How are you doing?" So I said, "I'm doing well. How about yourself?" She said, "I just got home from my folks, helping them out as much as I can." So since she ignored my question, I kind of just went with the conversation, and I said, "That's so awesome of you. They're so blessed to have you. I wish there were more people who valued their parents like that." And then she hasn't said anything else. So what do you do when people just blatantly ignore your question?
That's so awkward, isn't it? Have you guys had that happen?
It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. What have you done? What have you done to handle that? I know what I've done, but I wanna try to get some like role playing going here for you guys. How would you respond to that?
I usually come back off topic and kind of follow their lead, and then maybe the next day I'd be like, "Hey, how's your day going?" Kind of get a conversation started again, and be like, "Hey, we kind of got off track yesterday about the challenge group that I'm starting, and I just really wanted to kind of get their goals and all that stuff started again, to where we're kind of back on that conversation."
Mm-hmm. I think that's good. Other approaches? Go for it, Victoria. What would you do?
I kind of look. When they ignore it, I just continue on with what they're talking about, but I always circle back because I'm on a mission.
That's what I was thinking in my mind. I was waiting for her to respond like with thanks or something, and then I could be like, "You're welcome. Have you thought about this anymore? And like, are you ready to get started on these goals?" But she hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's so awkward, and I don't do well with awkward.
Yeah, me neither. I try, though, to channel my inner Christy and answer it like she would, but sometimes I just like, "Hello, why are you messaging me and asking me this if you're not going to respond to me?"
Why did you reach out to me to ignore me? It's different if I reached out first, but those who reach out to you first and then they ignore you, like, why did you even ask me if you were just gonna ignore me?
Right. I had someone asking me about Pio because she was watching the infomercial, and she told me she wanted to lose inches, not pounds, and I'm kind of like, that all
Same thing.
is the same thing. And then, so I was trying to figure out what would be best for her. At the time, restraints don't work for her because she has 2 kids also. And then, so I was telling her about 21 Day Fix. Well, she doesn't want to lift, so she wants to do Pio because of the infomercial. And I was like, all right, well, let me know when you're ready to order, and I'll send you the link. And crickets. So I'm going to follow up with her tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that those are all great responses, and it is super awkward. And thankfully, there's a computer screen between you, so your face doesn't show. You're like, what? But I think I would do the same thing you're saying, just kind of follow along with our conversation. And it sounds like it kind of tapered off for today. It's done now. I would go back to it, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day, and say something like, hey, I've given you a few days to think about it. What are your thoughts now? Are you interested in jumping on board? I'd love to talk with you more about it. You know, something like that. Just simple follow-up. And if they still don't engage it, then I would just put them on your follow-up list for like 2 or 3 months from now, down way down the road, and just keep building that relationship and keep showing up and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing every day. And I can guarantee you they're going to be watching you nonstop. So they'll see all of your posts. Cool. Any other conversations you guys are struggling with? Or things to do in conversations? Like, because I'm not kidding. I get my message full all the time of different people saying, what do I say now? I'm like, come on, bring them on.
Well, I always have a hard time, like, when it's like their birthdays and stuff, I message them happy birthday, and then they'll say thank you. And if I know them, then I'll go, like, how have you been, whatever. But these people that I don't know that I'm adding, I'm just like, you're so welcome. And then I'm like, what do I say? Hi, I'm a creep.
That's when I do like what I call friendly stalking, and I see if there's something similar about the 2 of us, you know, like something I can compliment them on, or I call them like drops in their bucket, because I was a teacher for 6 years. So like, as you know, with our elementary age kids, I taught them all the time that they needed to fill each other's buckets with compliments, that kind of thing. So that to me is really easy. Like, I can look at somebody's page and go, oh, I can compliment them about that. And I kind of connect with them on that. So that's where I just kind of look through their pictures, look up and down their profile, and try to find something that I can say, hey, da, 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 and get some kind of conversation going with them. So,
Like about their kids?
yeah, kids, or I mean, if you saw them go on a trip somewhere, or what else have I been doing recently? The big one for me is kids, because I'm really trying to like single out moms. That's who I think I really connect with best. So that's normally the go-to for me is, hey, your kids are adorable, you know, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. How old are they? I have 2 girls that are da, da, da. But yeah, I mean, it's like a seasonal time or anything like that, you connect it with that, you know, whatever that you can connect with them on. So, but friendly stalking, I automatically go to somebody's page, I like scroll down like 2 times, try really hard not to get caught up in stuff, and then I look at their photos, like the top 10 most recent photos, just to see what's been going on. And honestly, if it's somebody that I look at and I'm like, I don't see anything here that I can like do this with, I like put them on my list to look back at maybe a few weeks from now, because they haven't done anything recently that I can connect with. Because you don't want to like force it and be like, yeah, person. But try to find the things that you can put them on. Hey,
how many times do you contact, like message someone before you bring up Beachbody?
Okay, I do, here's my format.
That video, I think, in the Lux Republic about forming was really helpful, and I actually used it and did some today.
Mm-hmm.
Broke it down. It's right in there. Like, encourage, think of someone, tell the truth, be helpful, compliment, ask and listen, say I'm sorry, and gratitude is the list.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's a really good way to do it. And then, like I had said last week, the compliment, comment, question, those three are the 3 C's, or not 3 C's, but sounds. Compliment, comment, question. That's what I do most of the time with my forming conversations to get them started. But the process I'm going through right now, Courtney, is so I have this list, and like on the back form that I have for us right now, you know, where it says add new friends. So I go through and I add people, and as I'm doing that, whether they accept it or not at that time, because obviously it normally takes a few days, sometimes a few weeks for somebody to actually accept you, I write them down on my new contacts list. And then the next day, I'll check back and see if they've added me. And if they have, the next step for me on my list is to like and comment on their page. So that next day, I go through like and comment, like and comment, like and comment. Not like 100 times, but 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 times I'll do that. I try to get at least one comment in. And then I write that down. And then the next day, when I'm going in for my forming conversations, I'll go through to the people I liked and commented on the day before, and then I'll start up a form conversation with them. And then from that point forward, I give myself like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 back and forths. And I don't have like a set, okay, I've done 4 back and forths. I am going to now invite them to challenge group, you know. I still, hi Alyssa. I am still going to find a way in somewhere in that forming conversation. And if it doesn't ever seem right, like if I'm having that forming conversation, I'm like, I just don't see the in. I just put them on my list to then invite next month.
Okay.
So then I've had like some kind of basis of relationship building with them, and then next month I put them on that list to actually go to my like cold invite list. But at least I have then kind of a background of some kind of check-in relationship. But I will tell you, most often, it's so funny. I don't know if you guys sense this from people, but like it's like they see what we've been doing, whether they comment or like or not, they see what we're doing. And so it's like we're the like health and fitness people that they feel like they have to confess to. That from people. Because like I will have just barely started a conversation with somebody and they're like, yeah, I really want to lose some weight. I haven't been doing a very good job in my health recently. And I'm like, I didn't say anything about it. You don't have to confess to me, but so a lot of times in that forming conversation, it pretty quickly comes up because people know that that's what I'm doing and that's what I'm all about. And so a lot of times will come out in those first few back and forths. But like I said, if it doesn't, I just put them on my list to invite next month.
And that's when you're like, hey, I'm having accountability group. Okay.
Wanting to pay it forward, that message. I do the same one almost every single time. So yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then again, if they don't respond to that, if they don't respond,
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. If they don't respond to that in the next month, then I will go through that forming process with them again. Kind of check in with them the next month, and then the following month I'll re-invite them again. So like a continual trying to build that foundation of trust. And yes, I'm a real person, and yes, I truly care about you. But in my caring about you, I want to see if this is something that would be beneficial for you. So yeah, that's kind of the process I go through, back and forth.
Thank you. Good to know.
Yeah.
Christy, where do you find the wanting to pay it forward message? I guess I haven't seen that one because it doesn't ring a bell when you mentioned it.
Okay. I got this from an Anita Myron video about inviting. Her
Okay.
invite video was like inspirational for me last summer. And so I suggest, if you haven't watched that one, go to YouTube and watch that one. It's literally called Invite. And
Okay.
he tells you how she goes through her inviting process. And then let me see here.
Who was it by?
Anita Myron. Yeah. So I have it right. I'm going to put it in the comments here. Let me go grab it real quick.
Okay.
I have all of these pieces of my script saved in my Google Drive, so I can just go copy paste. You know, change it a little bit for people, but okay, here it is. So I say, hi, so-and-so. Hope you and your family are doing well, or whatever intro you want to do. I wanted to let you know that I'm starting a 30-day fitness and nutrition challenge group soon. I'm currently looking for 5 ladies to get started with me on this health journey. If you or anyone you know be interested in joining, I'm not sure if you've seen my journey here on Facebook, but I'm really excited about the progress I've made in my overall health, and I want to pay it forward and find more people to help through these groups. So that is that.
I like it.
Yeah. I really liked the way that she worded that, and I had always kind of been toying with how I did those invites. That's the one I've stuck with now for like 5 months. I've been solidly sending that exact same message over and over and over again. Do you guys have any more questions right now? I just thought of something I could share.
Do you do different, like, okay, I know a lot of people are focusing on women. How do you guys, do you approach men about this at all?
I personally do not. I did at first. Oh, whoa. I don't know how you did that.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, there it goes. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, I used to just invite every single person on my list to everything. And then I heard in the Entrepreneurship Academy over the summer that Raina and those other top coaches offered. Who was it said it? One of them talked about your niche, like your specific target market, and actually creating like an avatar of who your customer, your best suited customer would be. And so when I really thought through that, it was hard for me because I was like, am I missing out on people? But then I started really thinking, okay, who am I going to be able to help the most? Who, if I'm cold inviting or, forming, who's going to actually think that they're okay with me, and that I'm okay with them and we can connect. So going through that training made me go, okay, I think I need to narrow down more the person, the exact kind of person that I'm going to be inviting. And so that's what I did. Mine is moms, women in their 20s, early 30s range. That's who I mainly target. And I don't know if you feel like this when you're inviting people. You may just feel awkward inviting anybody anytime. But for me, when I'm actually inviting somebody that is in my strategic market, I feel totally comfortable starting that conversation, inviting them. But if it's somebody that's kind of outside of it, I just feel a little uncomfortable. And so that was something that made me know that this was a good move to kind of pick my target market, who I'm working with. Now, if I have a male contact me or somebody that's outside of that target market, most of the time if they contact me, of course, I'll still talk to them about it and try to help them the best I can. But I have even sent people that come to me to other coaches I know that would better suit them. just because I want them to get the best help that they can get. And if I feel like I can do it, great. If I know, like if somebody pops to the top of my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, they would be so good with this coach, I will still go ahead and kind of give them a recommendation or a reference to somebody else on our team or that I know would be good for them.
Good to know.
Yeah. What else? Okay. All right. Well, two things that kind of popped into my head as we were talking that I want to just hit on real quick before I let you go watch that video from Trina. Something that, just little things that I've picked up social media wise over the past 1.5 to 2 years of doing this. Social media is obviously like a learned thing. You get better at it and you understand it more as time goes on. But something that Raina brought to my attention not too long ago, did you know that if you're posting from Instagram to Facebook, less eyes see your stuff? Yes. That like blew my mind and I went, oh my gosh, wait, what? I need eyes on my stuff. Third-party sites or apps or anything like that, if you're posting it directly to Instagram and then, you know, where it says like Facebook, Twitter, if you're doing that, less eyes are going to see your stuff on Facebook. Facebook wants you to post directly to it. That'll get you more traction on it. So that's just a good little tip that opened my eyes about a month ago. And so I started taking the extra time to post it to Instagram and then go to my Facebook app and post it to Facebook separately. And I have seen that I'm getting way more traction on my stuff. So little tip right there. And then the other thing, I haven't read Jab, Jab, Right Hook yet, or Jab, 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 Right Hook. Raina was talking about it big time in the last few months. She's really mentioned it, and I've heard lots of other top coaches talk about it. So I need to read it. But basically the premise of it is that every single post that you're doing is strategic. It's intentional. It's not just posting to post. So before you post something, make sure you're thinking, is this doing something for my business? Or is it just me posting to post? So like even the times where you're not doing a strategic invite, which would be, those are your hooks, you know. When you're not doing those, they need to be in some way helping build up to that final invite, the hooks that you're really trying to engage people on. So like, I don't know if you've seen me doing a lot recently, like just for example, this morning, the one I did about, do you make your bed? Did you guys see that one?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it had like 50 plus comments on it. It had like 60 plus likes. Because I was thinking, I was like, okay, so I want to do this post about making your bed. I could put my baby on the bed, and that makes more people like it too. So, so you know, you just gotta like really think through every post that you're doing. What's going to get the most engagement on it? And my point in doing that post first thing this morning was because I wanted to do a post later on in the day that was one of my hooks that really talked about what this has done for my life and how meaningful it is for me, but not in a salesy way. You know, like, I don't know if you saw me post right after that. The post I did was that I've mastered 5 seconds of the crow pose. And I was able to, within that, kind of intertwine there that I've been doing this now for 3 months, and I've met a big goal for me, and that I'm really thankful that this program helped me in the way it did, and I'm excited to move forward even from this. So, like, my point this morning was that bed question post was, I knew tons of people were going to share their opinion on it. I was going to get a lot of traction on it. And then the post that I followed that with 2 hours later, all of those people that commented and liked that post saw the next post. Whether they liked it or not, or they commented on it or not, they saw it. So like a seed was planted in their minds. So when you're doing all of your different lead-in posts, you know, just even engagement posts, follow them up with something that is a hook, you know, that not necessarily says, hey, join me, join my team. Not necessarily something like that. It can be very infrequently, but yes, it can be. But let it be something that shares a part of your why, that shares a piece of who you are and where you're at in your journey and why you're doing what you're doing, or a success piece. Those kinds of things are really good to do after you do a uber engaging post. So really, really be strategic with those lead up to those, what they call jabs. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's something that I've been trying to be really intentional about, and I've been seeing it really pay off just recently. Okay. All right. My screen is telling me that we have 1 minute left. So I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, and I'll put the link up for you guys to watch Trina's video. Okay. Sound good? And then you can comment and ask questions in there after you watch it. So after you get up here, go watch that video. All right?
Okay.
Okay, it's good to talk with you guys. I will see you at our next meeting, okay? I'll post about it soon.
Okay.
All righty. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.